up the RPMs as well, and we are underway.
Side by side as they make their way by the flag stand down into turn number 1. Crum on the inside, Denny on the top. Denny with the advantage as they exit turn number 2. Nope, Crum, great drive off of the corner. He'll lead him by a few inches as they go to 3.
4 wide, back in the field, slide job's happening already as they'll shuffle off the Buffalo down into turn number 1 and 2 up front. Chance Crum, your race leader. Big drive coming off the bottom for the Crescent 08, and Denny comes down, slams the door in his face.
And that is going to open that top shelf for Buddy Kofoid. He's got to run down the back straightaway, dips to the inside of Cannon McIntosh. Slide job for the 3rd spot. Buddy Kofoid's got it at the exit of turn number 4. Cannon Mac coming back to his inside.
Yeah, Cannon Mac just as quick as the number 67 car will throw one across the snoot, clip the whiskers on the number 67 and Kofoid right back down the inside, runs it deep in the corner. McIntosh hanging tough on the outside, not intimidated at all. They're side by side across the stripe.
They'll race it back down into turn number 1. Another slider from Kofoid. McIntosh back to his inside, and he's got a big run down the back straightaway, pulling up to the outside of Jacob Denny.
Yeah, got a run on the number 67 car. Now looks to the inside of Denny. Look out off the apron, almost got into the side of the 61. Here comes Kofoid. Slide job across the snoot. Right back to the inside goes Kofoid. Justin Grant enters the fray into number 2.
Now McIntosh, big drive on the top side of the Speedway once again, but here is where Denny's much better in the 61 machine running in the 2nd spot. He's actually starting to pull up and challenge Chance Crum for the race lead. Look at the 3-car battles. They go to 3.
Here comes a bold move down to the inside. Slide job out across the nose. A new race leader coming out turn number 4. Cannon McIntosh goes to the point. 08 car. Hard down in the corner. Lap traffic lies ahead. 3 wide for the race lead.
Big drive on the top side of the Speedway for Cannon McIntosh as he'll go to the top side. 3 wide for the 3rd spot and make it the 2nd spot. Crum come up right in front of Buddy Kofoid. That happening right there with Jacob Denny in front of them. As the race for the 2nd spot fires up once again. Here comes Kofoid after Denny. Denny to the bottom. Kofoid ripping the top side of the Speedway.
Yeah, Denny bobbles down on the inside. He'll give up the number 2 spot to the number 67 car. And again, right to the cushion for Buddy Kofoid, carrying a lot of speed down into turn number 1. That is a crazy bold move to make. Pretty cool there at the 08. Changed up the game plan, as has the 67. Buddy Kofoid is out over the cushion. There goes Kofoid through. He'll got a new race leader out. Turn number 4. McIntosh trying to come back at him, getting to 08.
Got it on 2 wheels as he entered turn number 3, but loses the lead, doesn't give up too much ground, still pressuring Buddy Kofoid as they race to turn number 3.
2 and 3 wide back behind. Maria Kofer still there as well. Justin Grant, one working through the middle of the racetrack as Cannon McIntosh closes on Kofoid. Battle for your race lead into 3. Here comes McIntosh down the inside.
He started that slide job in the next stage, couldn't quite clear Kofoid as they'll race back to turn number 1. Traffic lurks in front of your top 2 by a third of a straightaway, but when they get to the flag stand, Chet, only 5 laps going to remain in this one as we be prepared for lap traffic.
Yep. Buddy Kofoid looking to be the quickest drivers. We got one over on the back chute. Caution flag coming out. May not have gone over. Boy, that thing was rocked up on its side.
Kofoid picks up the pace, rips it off the top of turn number 4, trying to get a little bit of breathing room between he and Cannon McIntosh as they go down into turn number 1. McIntosh nearly got into Kofoid in turn 1.
Boy, that was good fast twitch muscle fibers that work here in the 08. How he avoided the back of the 67 cars beyond me as we got one up and over down the corner. He's going to knock a wheel off of it in turn number 2. And unfortunately, that's going to be Trey Gropp, I believe, the 08X car.
Tagging some bumpers as we work back to the NOS energy drink cone, and we've got the green flag in the air. Green, white checker to settle it here at Huset Speedway. Kofoid over the cushion. McIntosh bicycles, and he loses a couple of spots back to 4th.
That's going to cost him dearly. He'll come back down to the inside of Justin Grant, try to throw a slider and regain that 2nd position. Justin Grant down the inside. Jacob Denny quick to capitalize to almost 3 wide down into turn number 1.
But all of this happening behind Buddy Kofoid as Grant gets over the cushion. He's going to lose several spots. They're banging wheels deep in the field.
Yeah, still 3 wide up front, though. Buddy Kofoid's going to come away with the win on night number 2. He'll go back-to-back here at Huset Speedway. So here he comes, race fans. Let's make some noise for Buddy Kofoid. Christy, he's going to be stoked.
I'd really hope so, Chet. An unbelievable night across the board at the USAC Nationals for night number 2 here at Huset Speedway. But Buddy Kofoid rewriting the history books here in this 2022 season as he defends his 2021 USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget title with an unstoppable Keith Kunz Motorsports team with Jarrett Martin on the wrenches. Obviously, Buddy Kofoid just carrying this team to victory after victory. And I imagine it just doesn't get old. So Buddy gonna get all of his stuff together here, come around front, and we'll have a word with your two-time winner here for this 2022 edition of the USAC Nationals. And I wouldn't be remiss to say, or I would be remiss to not say, rather, that we wouldn't be looking at a potential weekend sweep of the USAC Nationals for Buddy Kofoid, but Buddy, an unprecedented fastest lane around the racetrack, up over the cushion in 1 and 2. Not only how good did the car have to be, but how steadfast did you have to be in that decision to really make it work?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, obviously, first off, a really great race car. I didn't feel great out of 2, but I could sail it into 1. I felt like harder than most people could, and luckily it wasn't too trippy or technical to where you would get over and it would make you bike. A couple times I got tight later on in the corner, and I felt like it almost cost me a couple times, or almost could have. But yeah, and I knew, once it slicked off in the middle, it was kind of dirty early where you could run through the middle. I knew once it got slicked off that we'd be really good on the fence down there. I feel like our car's always really good against something big and treacherous and fast. So, and I feel like I guess I just don't mind running up there and putting up on the fence. So I love it like that. And hopefully it can get a little bit better off 2, but I've noticed it's just a characteristic where you got to pull down. But yeah, really awesome to go 2 for 2. Hopefully this puts us in a good place for tomorrow. We can get through our heat race and be standing here again for 22 grand, hopefully.
With this 6th win on the 2022 season, you become the single driver in history to win 6 races in one single season this fast, this soon into the season. Are you even able to relish in these moments as they come up in your career?
Yeah, sometimes, I guess like tomorrow, we'll only have, roughly a few hours tonight, maybe a couple hours tomorrow to think about it, and then we're already on to the next day and thinking about how to make this thing even faster for tomorrow, for more laps and even more money. So, and then there's times where, if you run good and it's the final day of the weekend, you got a whole week to think about it and relish on it. But it just depends. But sometimes you gotta, think about the next race and already kind of put it past you and figure out what you learned and figure out maybe what you need to do better. But, like I said yesterday and after my heat race today, this is all Jarrett Martin. He is so badass. And him and I have stuck with each other for the last 2.5 years. And, I feel like we're one of the few guys that have, at least as far as I've been around at KKM, where we've stuck together and made it work. So, yeah, he's so talented. And he's one of the, I'm not just saying it because he's my crew chief. He is one of the best out here, and he is one of the smartest guys that I know. And also Shane Marquez, he does a hell of a job, and it's been great working with him, and having Tanner Ashmore come on board earlier this year has been really good. And of course, I know I'm rambling on, but Keith Coons and Pete Willoughby are amazing. And also without the support of Mobil 1 and Toyota, I would not be here right now. So I'm just a lucky guy to get to drive and have fun.
He continues to rewrite the history books in USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midget Racing. Buddy Kofoid wins night number 2 of the USAC Nationals.